Hi again. We're going to see and to study two kinds of laptop. The first laptop is an improved laptop with a very good performance, Dell A7, and the second is this, IBM. This is an old laptop that has as a performance dual core, as you can see here. So as you can see, we have here dual core. Okay, so this is IBM ThinkPad. Okay, so let's see the model of the laptop. So as you can see here, we have IBM 1951. Okay, IBM ThinkPad 1951. Okay, with a very big battery, as you can see, a big battery here. So we're going to see how to disassemble and how to clean and assemble this laptop. So my purpose in this course is to show you two kinds of laptops, an old laptop and a new laptop. So in order to go deeper into understanding the old generation and the new generation, so this will let you know how to disassemble any laptop. Okay, so by understanding this course, you can disassemble, clean and assemble and build any laptop, okay, whatever its type and its generation. So let's get started. Okay, so first let's take a look to the whole laptop. So as you can see here, so this is the keyboard. As you can see here, we have the touchpad. Okay, let's see the other side. As you can see in the other side, we have here the battery, as you can see, and of course here we have a lot of screws that we should remove. So the first thing is to remove the battery. So to remove the battery, as you can see here, okay, so here as you can see here, we have a lock and unlock. So to remove the battery, we should unlock it using this switch. Okay, so let's unlock the battery and then remove it. Okay, now as you can see, we remove the battery using this switch, as you can see. Okay, so we have here unlock and we have the lock. Okay, so this is the battery. This is a very big battery. So here we have the battery connector, and also here we have the battery connector. So then we should unscrew all these screws, as you can see here, in order to access to the inside the laptop. So let's unscrew all these screws. So I will begin here with this. So here you should pay attention, because in some places in the motherboard you can find long screws and in other places a short screws. So you should always pay attention. Okay, so you should always pay attention. So the places where we have the long screws should be marked. As you can see, you can mark this with L means long, and for example this with S means short. Okay, So as you can see here, this is the example. Here this is a very long screw in this hole, as you can see here, and here we have another. So you should mark each screw. For example, this is, you can mark the screw with S, means short. This long means L, and this very long. Okay, very long. Okay, so always pay attention, because in the old laptops you will find many types of screws, but in the new laptops you can find just the same size of screws. Okay, so as you can see here, next to each screw or the hole you will find this, as you can see, symbols. Okay, so for example, for these symbols, as you can see, means this screw here is the screw who fix the keyboard. So this is the symbol for the keyboard. Okay, so by loosening this screw here, and also as you can see here we have the keyboard. Okay, and also here we have the keyboard here. So also here the keyboard, and also here the keyboard. So these screws means you will loosen the keyboard. Okay, and for this symbol, as you can see here, this symbol, okay, and this symbol is for the RAM. As you can see here, this is for the RAM, and this is for the motherboard. So you will get to the motherboard, as you can see. So here this is for the keyboard and the RAM. Okay, and as you can see here, this screw, as you can see here, if we removed, or this screw is used, if you remove or you loosen this screw, you will get to what? To the HDD, the hard disk drive. Okay, to the hard disk drive. So always we find these symbols in the old laptops. Okay, so for example, if you want just to remove the keyboard, you should not remove or loosen all screws here in the back of the laptop. No, you can just loosen the screws that contain these symbols. So this and this and this and this also and this. Okay, but for example this, no. All this here, no. Okay, so once we remove all screws, as you can see here, now we will go and unscrew this in order to open this cover to get into the hard disk drive. So as you can see here, now we remove the screw that secure the hard disk drive cover. Now we can remove this cover, as you can see. Okay, and there, as you see, we have the hard disk drive, as you can see here. We can just, as you can see, now we remove the hard disk drive, as you can see. Okay, this is the hard disk drive. So its capacity, as you can see here, is 100 gigabytes. As you can see, 100 gigabytes. This is Seagate hard disk drive with 100 gigabytes. Okay, and so as you can see here, we have here this part. As you can see here, This is used to remove the ODD or optical disk drive. So we can just pull this part, as you can see, and we have the ODD or optical disk drive, as you can see. So this is used to remove the optical disk drive. You can just pull it like that and you will remove the optical disk drive, as you can see here. Okay, so here, as you can see, we have the DVD multi recorder CD RW, means read and write. So you can read and write using this. Okay, so this, you can use this, the optical disk drive that contain R and W, means you can burn a CD-ROM using it, using this kind of driver. Okay. Now, as you can see, we remove the battery, we remove the hard disk drive over here, and we remove the optical disk drive, as you can see. So here, this is optical disk drive, and this is for the HDD, and here is for the battery. We can get now to the front of the laptop and remove the keyboard. Always using this, as you can see, this part of plastic, this rubber, we can just insert it here. Okay, just insert it here and remove this part. Okay, but pay attention, here we have a nape or a connector. This is the touchpad connector, as you can see. So this is an old laptop, this is a ThinkPad. Okay, as you can see, here we have the random access memory, as you can see. So this is random access memory, as you can see. This is RAM chip, as you can see here. And of course, if you focus here, we have here, as you can see, 1 gigabyte. Okay, so let's see this also. This also we have 1, as you can see, 1 gigabyte. So these are 2 gigabytes. Okay, as you can see here, we have here 1.8 volt. As you can see, 1.8 volt is the working voltage for DDR2. Okay, so this is a DDR2 RAMs. So let's just install the RAM until we disassemble the whole laptop, and then we will get and clean the RAMs and the processor, of course. So now let's remove the keyboard, as you can see. Now, easy to remove the keyboard. Once we remove this part, as you can see, where we have the touchpad, we can then remove the keyboard. You know why? Because we remove the screws in the back of the laptop. So also we should pay attention to the keyboard connector. As you can see, we should remove the keyboard connector. Okay, now we remove the keyboard connector. Okay, now we get to the inside of the laptop. As you can see here, we have the RAM, random access memory. This is the CMOS battery. Okay, so here these cards are for the Wi-Fi and the Bluetooth. Okay, and here, as you can see, this is the heatsink for the processor and the GMCH and the ICH. We will clean all this. Okay, so here, as you can see, we have some connectors that we should remove. So for this, for example, we should remove this connector. This is for this card. Okay, So let's remove also this. For the Wi-Fi, as you can see. Okay. So also we will remove this, as you can see here, for the speaker. This is for speaker. And this also for the CMOS battery. Should remove this for the CMOS battery. So as you can see, this is speaker. As you can see here we have speaker. Here we have 4 wires. Each 2 wires for one speaker. This is the first speaker and this is the second. So we should remove this parts because here we have the connector for the screen. So let's remove this parts here. And remove this metallic part. Now we can remove this connector, as you can see. Now we can remove this connector. This is for the screen, as you can see. This is for the screen. Now, as you can see, we remove the screen. So let's open the heatsink. So let's lose this screws, as you can see. As you can see, this is a long screws. Now, as you can see, the heatsink. As you can see, this is the heatsink. As you can see. So this is the fan. As you can see. Fan connector always contain 3 wire. This wire, the red wire, is for the 5 volt, the black wire is for the ground, and the yellow wire is for the control. It controls the speed of this fan. Okay, so here we have the processor. As you can see, this is used to decrease the heat of the processor. And also, as you can see, for the GMCH, as you can see, we have this. This also is used to decrease the heat of the GMCH, as you can see. Okay, and this is for the processor. This is for the Wi-Fi, as you can see. This card is for the Wi-Fi, as you can see. Here we have the power jack, as you can see. So this is the power jack, as you can see here. So this is its connectors. We have here 2 wires, black wires for the ground, and these wires, as you can see, 2 wires for 19 volt, and this to charge the battery. The yellow is to ID, to charge the battery. Okay. So for this laptop, as you can see, you can just clean here. You can add the thermal compound for the processor and also for the GMCH, as you can see here. So here, as you can see, this is the screen connector, as you can see. So this connector is for this connector is for the ODD or optical disk drive. Okay, so as you can see here, we have RAMs, etc. So for this kind of motherboard, without removing this part, you get to the motherboard, as you can see here. So for the CPU, for example, you can open it using a screwdriver, as you can see. Now the CPU is opened, as you can see here. We have this, as you can see, this is a lock and unlock. To unlock the CPU, you should turn this screw to this side. Okay, so now I can remove the CPU easily, as you can see. As you see. Okay, so as you can see here. So we have this here, this small triangle means you should align it with this triangle here. Okay, now the CPU is inserted. We should turn this screw to the other side. Okay, as you can see, now the screw is in the other side, now is locked. Okay, so good. You can just use a brush and clean the motherboard, but the motherboard seems good. Also for the RAMs, you can just clean the RAM slot and also clean the RAM chip, as you can see. Can do the same for the other RAM, as you can see. Okay, so the motherboard seems to be good. So to install, of course, this, we should add the thermal compound to this, the processor, and also, as you can see here, to the GMCH, as you can see. Okay, so let's connect the heatsink, as you can see, but first we should place this thermal compound here, and then, as you can see, install the fan in the heatsink, as you can see, and then we can install the heatsink, as you can see. So this place is connected, should be connected to GMCH, and this place for the processor. Here we have the places for the screws, as you can see here. Okay, so let's connect the heatsink. Okay, as you can see, so good, it is now in its place. Let's connect this connector for the fan connector, and then let's connect the screws. Here we have 4 screws. 4 screws should be connected. So you should always screw this screws in diagonal. If you have numbers here, so good. If you don't have numbers in this kind of laptop, we don't have here numbers, you should connect or screw the screws in this way, in diagonal. Okay, so this, then this, like this, then this screw, then go to this, as you can see. Okay, until you fully torque the screws. Okay, so now let's connect this connector in its place, as you can see. This connector is for the Bluetooth. Okay, as you can see. So this is the connector for the adapter. It is connected to the power jack. This connector is for the optical disk drive. Okay, so good. So now, as you can see, let's connect the speaker, as you can see here. So now the speaker is in its place, as you can see. So now the connector is in its place. So let's connect the connector or speaker, as you can see here. Okay, so good. Then, as you can see here, we have the CMOS battery. This is the connector of the CMOS battery. So let's connect it. Okay. So let's go ahead and connect the screen. This is the connector of screen. Here we have the screen. Okay. So we connect right now the screen. Here we have the Wi-Fi connectors, as you can see here. So let's connect these two connectors. So let's lock the screen connector using this part, you can see. Now let's place this part. So let's connect the ODD or optical disk drive in its slot. So as you can see, it's okay. So then let's connect the keyboard. But first we should connect the keyboard connector, as you can see here. Now the keyboard connector is connected. So let's place the keyboard connector here. So as you can see, now the keyboard is connected. Okay. So let's install this part. This is for the touchpad, as you can see. Here we have the connector of the touchpad. So after installing the keyboard, we should install the touchpad, as you can see. Here we have the connector. So let's install the connector first. And then align this part, as you can see. Now let's go and install the HDD, as you can see. So we have here the HDD, so let's also install it. So now the HDD is installed, and here we have the door. Let's install the door of the HDD. Okay, now the door is installed. So now let's install these screws and then install the battery. So once we install these screws, we can now install the battery. We should just align the battery, as you can see. Here we have the connectors. We should just align the battery, as you can see, and then push it. Okay. Now the battery is installed. Now we should install all these screws to lock the keyboard and the whole laptop. So let's install now the screws, as you can see. Now, as you can see, the laptop is assembled, as you can see.